Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. So, I think what we need to go over is this Sparking Zero Stats sheet because we have so many people coming into the Discord asking questions, which we love it. Please come in and ask questions. However, I think I can help more people by making a video than answering people individually. So, we're going to try to help the people and reach out to the people that aren't joining our Discord. But please come in, talk to us, let us know. And there's so many people that are giving us, here and there maybe there's an error, so we're fixing it. You get live updates with the sheet. It's a very accurate sheet. I think the biggest issue with this sheet right now is the health bonus. So it is accurate if they had that exact amount of health, but it seems like some characters have half a bar, and these are averaged out to full bars. So we'll have to go through, figure out all the health bars that are halved, and then we'll go and adjust that appropriately. But that's going to be maybe a week out, maybe 2 weeks at most, because we are working on other sheets. So we're going to go through all of these stats, and we're going to teach you exactly how these stats are made and how you can use these in order to find what characters that you want to use. So on this sheet, we have the first stat is attack, second one's defense. So let's go over those two because those two are very similar. So if we scroll down to Goku, so I bet he's in here somewhere, right here. So Goku mid, and Dragon Ball Super. Now the funny thing about these three is not only do they have the exact same stats, but they also have the exact same smash attacks in the exact same order. So it's very apparent that they just copy and paste it. I'm not sure if the supers are the same. I don't think the supers are the same and the skills are the same, but I know the smash attacks are the same and the stats are the same. So these are literally the copy and pasted characters in the code that they just changed the skills and supers on. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so the reason this is zero is because this Goku right here, Dragon Ball Super Goku base form, that is our baseline. That's our denominator, right? So all the testing goes off of Goku. So if Goku attacks another Goku in base form from Dragon Ball Super, they will do 2,581 damage. Okay, so the difference from 2581 is zero. So it's not above 2581 or below 2581. That is what that is our baseline. That's where we start out. Now let's go up to Tien to explain this further. So Tien has 125 damage over Goku. For example, if let's say we'll just take a quick calculator. This will be really fast, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on the calculator. But Goku's attack is 2581. If we add his attack, so 125 equals, that is 2706. So if you chose Tien and you had him hit Goku from Dragon Ball Super 5 times, like one full rush string, you just keep hitting X until he hits him away, then you will get exactly, 2,706 damage. However, his defense is zero, meaning if Goku attacks him with a 5x, his defense will be exactly the same as Goku's. It will not be above, it will not be below, it will be have a zero difference value, meaning that is 2,581 damage. So that is our baseline, and that's how we read these numbers. We'll take one more for example. We'll scroll down. So we'll use let's do Kid Gohan right here. So if we take this 246, right? So we'll do, because I think the negative values are really interesting, especially when you're talking about defense, because it's like a double negative that makes a positive. I'll break that down for you real quick. So if we took 2581 and then we subtracted 248, this character would do 2,333 damage to a Goku. That's how much damage. So he does 248 damage less than Goku for the same amount of hits. So for 5 square or X presses, depending on if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, this is how much damage you will do if you attack a Goku. And if Goku attacks you, this is where the double negative comes in. So this is defense, right? So we can't do 258 25881 minus 258, because that actually means that the character is stronger, right? Because he took less damage. So since we're talking about defense, we actually have to take a negative number and we have to add it. So you would add 258, and then that would be 2,839. So if Goku attacked Kid Gohan, he would do 2,839 damage to Kid Gohan. So that's pretty much the stats for this. We'll do one last one. Let's go to the extreme up here. Let's go Broly, right? So yet again, 2581 plus 1427 equals 4008. So if full power Broly from Dragon Ball Super hits Goku, that's how much damage he does. He has 83, but notice 83 is positive. And since this is a defense, we would do 2581 subtract 83, and Goku would do 2,498 damage to him. So this is how we can calculate the exact amount of damage or defense a character has. And honestly, what we might do is we might add in some, how can I say this? We might add in some rows for percentage base, like that way you could see, oh, this character has 50% more or 40% more or 30% less than the average character in the game. Which, if you look at how many characters there are, Goku is number 77 essentially, or 78. If we take 78 multiplied by 2, that's what, 156. So that's about the median of the characters. I mean, there's 182. I know it says 183, but there's one column up here that has name on it, so it's characters right here. So yeah, that one's not technically included. Here, we'll do this. Yeah, so there's 182 characters in the game, and if you divide that in half, what would that be? 91.5. So, and he's 78. So he's really close to the center of the characters in the game. And I'm pretty sure if we organize them by their stats, then, which they're organized by their overall stats, sure, but their base stats, not including their health, then I'm pretty sure Goku would actually, and the people equivalent to Goku would be even closer to the center. Because the center is actually right here, Lord Slug. Who is ironically stronger and should and above Goku, if I'm not mistaken. So where? Hold on. Let me. Oh nope, Goku is down here at 116. So yeah. Anyways, he's approximately in the middle. Sorry about the misplacement there, but yeah. So that's how that works. All right, let's go over Ki Blast real quick, right? So Ki Blast is exactly what it is. Okay, so this is how much damage their Ki Blast does, raw damage, no math involved. It's not how much more or less they do versus Goku. It's just how much they do versus a base form Goku. So for example, if Goku shot himself with a Ki Blast, then he would do 328 damage. If Goku, let's not do Goku. Let's scroll up. If Nappa shot Goku with a Ki Blast, it would do 249 damage. That is the exact amount. Health bars are really self-explanatory. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, they're rounded up to their number. So if you have 3.5 bars, it's considered 4 bars, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go back and make that in more detail. DP points should be pretty self-explanatory. The next thing is we're doing attack plus defense. I mean, it's exactly what it says. If we took Janemba, the character we have selected right here, and we did 199 plus 983 equals, that would be this number right here, 1,182. Then we have the overall number, which is right here. So he gets a health bonus of 645. Okay, well, before we go over the overall, let's go over how we got the health, right? Like, what does that mean? What does a health bonus mean? So if a character has 3 bars, which is what we call them in old terms, that usually means, like, for example, Goku has 3 bars, right? So you would take the 3-bar Goku, and then you would add the red line, which equals 4 bars. So technically, he has 4 total bars. On the character screen, he'll have 3. So 4 bars, there's 10,000 damage per health bar. So Goku has 40,000 health, right? So then what we'll do is we're going to divide that by 2581 because that's how much damage a single combo does, a single 5x. And that equals 15.49786 whatever. So essentially, if we round this up right here to 4.5, that's extremely accurate because this is 97% closer to 5. So it's basically 15.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to round off to 15.5, and then we're going to take, let's say Janemba, right? We're talking about Janemba. Well, Janemba has 4 plus 1 bars, right? So he has 5 total. So whenever if we multiply that by 10,000, obviously it's 50,000, and then we're going to divide that by 15.5, which gives us this number 3,225. Then we're going to take that number and we're going to subtract 2581, and it gives us this number 644.806, which we took the 0.8 and we just rounded it up to 645. So that way we're not having decimals everywhere. So for example, if you took a Goku and he had to do the damage for a 3-bar character, he would have to do approximately that much damage, 15.5. Look how accurate that is. I mean, that's 40,005.5 damage. I mean, that's pretty accurate numbers. So, but if you wanted to do the same damage with the same amount of hits to a character with 5 health bars over 4, so with an extra health bar, that extra health bar means that you need 2581, but you're going to need a difference of 645 damage to get 3226. And then whenever we multiply that by the same amount of combos, we get 50,003. Yet again, that's really accurate. Out of 50,000 numbers, it's only 3 off. So these numbers are rounded off, but they're super, super accurate. So that's how we get the health bar bonus. Now, if you're wondering how we got the 2 health bar bonus, right? It's the same way. So instead of 40,000 health, now we have 30,000 health, and divide that by 15.5, and it equals 1935. Well, if we take 1935, we're going to subtract. This is going to come up with a negative, but we're just going to translate it into positive, right? So it's going to be 645.5. We left it at 645 to keep it easy. Just because the 0.51 is basically the same difference from 645 to 646. It's right in the middle. So it doesn't too much matter which way you go. We just kept it right in the middle. So therefore, that's how we got the health bonus. Now let's go over the overall bonus. So we already went over the attack plus defense. Now we're going to add the health bonus to it. We'll go over Whis, right? So let's take Whis from the top. So we're going to take Whis and say 983 plus 374 equals, which is this number right here, 1357. And then let's add 645 to that. So whenever we add 645, he gets 2002. So his overall score for stats is 2002. This is taken under consideration his attack power, his defense, which his attack power, by the way, does relate to his supers. It relates to his ultimate. It relates to his ki blast. It relates to everything else. It seems that ki blasts are a little funky whenever we talk about that. So for example, I shouldn't say ki blast. It does relate to his supers and his ultimates. Let's exclude ki blast, because if you look here, right, Great Ape Baby Vegeta has 420 attacks, so it's a lot less, but he has more ki blast. And the reason for that is because he has less ki blast. So you're doing more damage per ki blast, but however, your full volley is about half of what Whis does. So does it affect your ki blast? Yes. But it might also throw you off whenever you look at characters, because they have a different number of ki blasts that they can shoot at a time. So therefore, the numbers go up and down depending on how many ki blasts they have as well. But that attack number does affect Key Blast, Supers, Ultis, Melee, all of the above. So that's just something to note, but don't get too hung up on it. These are individual Key Blasts on how much damage one Key Blast does against Goku. That does not take into consideration the full volley or something like that. So yeah, so anyways, guys, that is literally how we read this sheet of paper. And we do want to do other stuff. Like I said, we're going to go back and do the health bars for the 0.5 characters. Like a lot of characters have, 3.5 health bars, 2.5 health bars, 4.5 health bars, so on and so forth. And then we're going to adjust the health bonus appropriately. Other things I would like to see, we'll talk in a future video, because I think it's going to end up being on a different spreadsheet. This is mainly going to be stats, so we'll just keep it in a future video that I'll come out with here shortly. But yeah, I hope this really helps you guys understand this document more. If you go down here, we have a link to our Discord in the bottom. I personally made this. Treance made this as well. I spent like 20 hours on this. Treance spent like 12 hours on this. This is our document. So if you see anybody else taking credit for it, just know that they're just stealing our information. We spent a lot of time on this, guys. Like this is something we spent a bunch of time on. So if the only thing we ask, we give this out as free public knowledge. But the only thing we ask is like, hey, can you just give us credit if you're going to use it? We don't mind people using it, but just please give us credit. Yeah, and then look at this. We have all the smashes and supers for all the characters in this document right here. It's a fantastic document. I could go over it real quick. I'm just going to look over it. I'm not really going to go through it. So look at this. Like first character, for example. You get triple kick, a gut strike, a triple kick, a gut strike with Android 13. I don't really particularly like that just because you only have two different ones. This one right here, Android 16, gut strike, turnaround, key burst, turnaround. It tells you the smashes. Then it tells you their skills, which I need to change super to skills. And then super, yeah, so we'll change that. But anyways, it tells you their skills, and it tells you their supers, and it tells you their ultimates. But let me give you a sneak peek on, because if you stayed this long in the video, I think you deserve it. Let me give you a sneak peek of what we're working on. This is going to be huge. This is a list of every single skill and super in the game. And you're going to start seeing skill. It's going to tell you if it's a blast, an ultimate, a skill. It's going to tell you, is it a beam? Is it like, what type of super is it? Is it unblockable? Is it chargeable? Is it boostable? What is the cost of it? Like the key cost. It's going to have all these things in here. And yeah, and this right here, these zeros all the way across, apparently I zeroed out some things that I didn't want to, but these are going to be the defense buffs, the attack buffs, like the emblems. Now we put them all zeros, but we haven't went through these yet. This is before we started working on it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back through here so you will know the exact buffs for every super in the game, but it gets so much better. It gets so much better, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a code for supers that are similar to each other. For example, explosive wave right here, which there's a duplicate right there. We'll get that out. We'll have to get some of these duplicates out. Most of the duplicates are gone. However, we have, this is still under very early editing. As you can see, we haven't even started on the stats and stuff, so we have to go through and do every single one, so the attention to detail will be extreme especially when we get started. But look how cool this is, right? So if you get explosive wave, right, and then think about this one. I think there's another one that's called, yeah, well, anyways, regardless of me sitting here trying to find each one, there's other supers that do the same thing as explosive wave, but like for example, here it is, Hero's Flute, right? It does the same thing as explosive wave. These two items do the same thing. So what they will have the same code. They're going to have the same. So then we're going to take all these codes and we're going to go back to the smashes and supers, and we're going to put a code list here. So then you can type in a code with control. You can hit control find, and then for example, I'm just going to type in, let's say, instant, right? So for instant transmission and stuff like that, right? So you can type in a code instead, because right now, yes, you can find instant transmission. I could scroll down and look, instant transmission, instant transmission. All these are instant transmission. I can find every single character instantly find every single character with that super. That is amazing, sure. But it's going to get better, guys. It's going to get so much better. The way it's going to get better is because with these codes, like for example, right? Ultra Instinct Goku, the sign version, right? Goku Ultra Instinct, wherever that may be, right here, right? He has a, I can't remember. I think it's this one right here. You'll never beat me. I think. Don't quote me on it, but I think I know one. It's either that or even better, greater potential. It's one or the other. That's Wild Sense. But if you type Wild Sense, this isn't going to pop up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to hold on, right here, to all these different supers, and every super that is similar, like for example, barriers will have a different code than explosive waves. They're similar but not the same. So we're going to take the same supers with different names. They're all going to have the same codes. So that way, if you type in the code for explosive wave, then it will pop up on your smashes and super list every character, not only with explosive wave, but any super that is just like explosive wave. It's going to pop up on there, so that way you can see if they have it. Another thing, explosive wave is a super, but it's also a skill. Those two things will have two different codes, because the codes for skills start with an S. The codes for super start with a B for blast, because technically in the game it's called blast. So yeah, absolutely. So this is really, really amazing stuff, guys. That the editing team and me and Treance is all working on for you guys, and it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. I mean, we have so. If you just look, I mean, there are some duplicates. We've destroyed most of the duplicates. We've erased most of the duplicates, but I have to scroll down. That's 500 supers. After, let's say, a few more duplicates are erased, let's say it's 10 less or something like that. So you got 480 plus supers and skills to go over. We have to go through each one of them, and we have to figure out every single detail about them for you guys. And then we're going to design codes that make them similar to each other, so that way you guys can find all these characters with these easily. So anyways, I'll digress from there. Sorry, I made this video way longer than it should have been. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next one. Please like, please subscribe, let us your support. Join us in the Discord and talk, especially if you have questions about our spreadsheets or any tech that we came out with. We're always coming out with tech and stuff to help you guys out. If y'all have questions about it, or just need help, or you just want some people to play with, we have a whole community of people in Kame House, which the link is in the description of this video, and it's also in the description, or I'm sorry, at the bottom of our spreadsheets. So please join us and come play with us. And we have a tournament coming up. We just did movie night last night with Cooler's Revenge. We just have fun together. It's just a nice, cool, chill place. And if you like the spreadsheets, where you think you would be interested in helping us with the spreadsheets, we're trying to get more volunteers for the editing team. So yet again, come join us. I'll see you guys later. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.